You Asked for It is a site-specific performance which highlights the use of perspective, shadow art, physical theatre, multimedia and monologue to convey a piece that references motifs of cutting-edge tension following the journey of an individual being followed. Here we are invited into the mind of a psychopath through the use of mixed reality used from the residency.
How will you draw from the practices examined in the residency from the process and outcome of your final work?
Initially, we utilised the idea of perspective through shadow movement. This was inspired by Fernanda Patra's punch-drunk work, A Drowned Man. Here we mimicked the immersive and the tension that was explored with low-level lighting and therefore adapted it to allow the audience to speculate what will happen next. We believed in an approach of showing less exposition to allow the audience to draw upon their own ideas and context for the piece, making it open to the ambiguous.
Next, Fernanda Patra also inspired us to utilise different dynamics of movement drawn upon Laban 8 efforts. This included impulse, impact and continuous movement. Impact movement initially connoted distress, but after the development of the scenario, this meaning changed to an eerie, psychotic vibe.
What time is it? I'm so tired. I can't wait.
Tissia, she doesn't know it yet, but she's mine. I don't want everyone to know that. I know that maybe. Maybe she'll just come.
Home, like, where is what I want to be? Together with family.
Just her.
Work was so tiring today. I felt this chill on my
shoulder. It was her shoulder, the way her neck stands, her with her hair falling into place. 4 is the time.
I finish work. It's so hard. I'm at my desk.
Every day.
Anyway, let me tell you about my day.
So she was in the office.
4 till 4.
In the morning. Maybe she took so long.
Because I just had too much work.
She was waiting for me. Typing away she goes. Why she works so hard, nobody knows. I'm just a colleague who
had done me some shopping after my shift, but something was up that same chill on my
shoulder. I was following her shoulder. It was
too dark and noisy for me to properly notice, but I felt someone was watching me. Crazy. I had to get home straight away.
See her because she's mine, all mine. In terms of movement, we were inspired by Deviate John as well as Akram Khan's 0 Degrees. Deviate John utilises verbatim movement and spoken word as we do. The use of verbatim was a creative decision made to allow the audience to empathise with the piece using authentic dialogue. John authentically depicts real-life stories where movement and spoken word combine to create an intense, moving and poignant theatrical experience. The use of spoken word then gives a performativity to the piece, making such uncomfortable topics easy to watch and digest. 0 Degrees was born out of the longing to create work together. Inspired by their own duality, the two search for the middle point through polar opposites, becoming death, light, dark, chaos, order. The impulse movement was useful in the devising process to enable us to generate content for the movement sequence. We felt engaging with the site in unconventional ways produced movement that was organic and not out of place. Moreover, Fernanda Patra showed us how we could employ passive and active pictures in our work. Here, we used this idea to create passive scenes from the perspective of the victims to active ones with the criminal's perspective.
How will your work challenge, interrupt, engage with the space? Our work engages with the space by showing the silent or in-between moments. This is similar to the residency work with Neil and Simone and references Werner Herzog. Both are P's, and this highlights the use of a blended form of document and series. This creative decision was useful as we were exploring the different perspectives of perpetrator and prey.
An example of this is the work by the Swings in how we created an illusion of a predator using overlaying. How will this work take its audience to another location in space? The audience are placed in an uncomfortable position where they are able to explore perspective, distance, and composition within the space, permitting them to put themselves in the shoe of the victim, observer as well, and the perpetrator. They're taken to various sites in which the crimes are committed around their home, which invites an intimacy to the experience.
How is your work going to engage with at least one of the following: culture, art, history, beliefs, values, perspectives, practices, vernacular, architecture, culture, people, humanity?
The piece is exploring different types of individuals through their perspective. Not analysing material to find its meaning, but accumulating material, finding unexpected connections, is a quote from Goat Island. This quote taught us that we allow ourselves to explore more possibilities and make sense in unusual areas.
Our use of multimedia was inspired by Paula Varjak's The Social Network, where she used multimedia to explore meanings that are more than the conventional. An example of this is the use of Instagram Live, which to relates to the theme, but alternatively also explores the criminal's mind, set as the story gradually unfolds, the perpetrator becomes less submissive and more hostile.
Finally, a conist is a practitioner that is known for using documentation to follow passersby and use pedestrian movement. This is what inspired us to pursue the thought of mimicking actions, stalking, and predatory behaviour. A conist submitted his own movements to the movements of others, showing how our bodies are themselves and always the subject to external forces that we may not be able to control. This is highlighted within the ticking scene where I'm mimicking the female character's movements.
Thank you for watching.